Welcome to the Strategy Series video on using the footprint chart to complement market profile. Before we begin, I want to explain a few things. The footprint is a chart just like a bar or candle chart, except that it possesses very distinct advantages. This video will focus on these advantages and differences, since the graphical format of the footprint may be new to you. We will also take a look at a market profile chart, as you see here on the left of the screen. I will show you some of the things that are unique to the footprint and provide ideas on how you may begin applying it in conjunction with market profile. Keep in mind that all the technical indicators and drawing tools can be applied to the footprint chart. There is nothing you cannot do with it. Everything you already use and do with your current charts can be accomplished with the footprint chart. The added benefit will be the resolution of real-time data that the footprint chart will provide and the confidence acquired by seeing the footprint chart information in conjunction with the market profile. Make no mistake, once you see and understand the pure transparency and manner in which the footprint conveys price and volume data, you'll be a believer and wonder how you've managed to do without the footprint all this time. It is no longer a secret to use market delta in the footprint chart to complement market profile. This is probably the reason market delta is one of the leading resellers of the market profile for the CBOT. The combination simply provides greater awareness and increased transparency. The easiest way to sum up the complementary nature between the footprint and the market profile is to say it this way. The market profile provides the structure of what is taking place in the market, and the footprint provides what is creating that structure. Let me say that again. The market profile provides the structure of what is taking place in the market, and the footprint provides what is creating that structure. Said another way, market profile provides the big picture, and the footprint provides the execution level view to qualify the trades presented using a market profile. This is exactly what we hear back from our astute subscribers. Let's begin by taking a look at a footprint profile type footprint. I want to show some of the things that I have applied to this chart that will make using it more useful in conjunction with a market profile, and then we'll look at a market profile alongside this and show how the information can be complementary in that way too. Now the first thing I've done is I've added a volume profile to the right side of my chart. This complements the market profile well because it gives me a daily distribution of volume. In order to add this, you would basically add a footprint price statistics indicator. This is in the technical indicator under footprint price statistics, and it would open up a menu similar to this, and you want the volume profile. This is the only one that I have added. The other thing I've done is I've made this the horizontal position on the right side. It could be on the left if you'd like it to be. I prefer it on the right, and that's it. So you'd click OK and it would add it to the chart. Of course, there's many other useful statistics that you may want to apply alongside this, but for this example, that's the only one I'm going to apply. The next thing that I want to highlight, and this is a real benefit that the footprint provides, is that you can view these mini volume distributions in whatever time frame you want. So for instance, you can look at the top of the chart and see that I have this on a 5-minute chart. Many of our users may want to see these volume distributions on a 30-minute basis just to see how that actually goes into creating the market profile graphic. So I'm going to just type in 30. Notice it's already selected on time. Click OK, and it'll change it over to a 30-minute chart. You may want to choose or change the scaling, and I could in this case just to get a little bit better idea if I wanted to, just by grabbing and compressing this to see today and yesterday and so on and so forth. Another key benefit that the footprint provides, and you can see it on this chart, is the color coding that goes into building each of these volume distributions. the colors associated with the delta, the net buying or net selling within the bar. So any shade of red would represent more aggressive selling, and any shade of blue would represent more aggressive buying. So you can see as the market took out yesterday's lows, it was done with aggressive selling, not a lot of volume, probably a quick trade down through these levels until it found some supply, or I should say demand, and began to trade a little bit down in here and build some volume. You can just quickly look at this example. This is a real-time market that's trading right now. You can see that as the market traded down, these are 30-minute bars, it's really run into some supply down at these levels. There's a lot of volume trading. Now there's sellers present, but you can see that there's definitely some interest in this area between the buyers and sellers, whereas it lacked in through here. You finally reached a point, and if you look at it, it does coincide well with the distribution for the day here. Down here near the lows, down near the value area low, you're seeing some interest in trading. Okay, so now let me go into how I have these lines on here and show you how you can get these on if you'd like them to be. This is called the profile indicator. Again, this one's in your technical indicator list. You would just add a technical indicator to the chart. It's called profile. You can see the settings that I have set up, and you could mimic these if you'd like. I'm displaying the current and the previous day's value area and POC. I'm hiding the profile, and that's because I really don't need to see it twice. This right here shows me today's volume distribution, or profile, so to speak, the volume profile. And so I don't really want to muddy up my chart by seeing it twice. I just show it once. And other than that, I'm showing the labels. You can see the prices here of the POC, the high volume node, the value area low, value area high. Other than that, if you need more information on the profile indicator, you could visit our knowledge base, which is under the support tab on the website. Click on knowledge base and just type in profile indicator, and you will get all sorts of information available there. Now, some of the direct feedback that we've gotten from our customers in terms of how they're applying this with respect to a market profile is to gauge how a market's responding at key levels. Key levels in terms of market profile would be your value area low, value area high, previous day's value area high, value area low, the initial balance, maybe the previous day's low or the previous day's high. As we approach those, you want to be able to see how is the market responding. Are we seeing volume increase? Are we seeing volume dry up? Are we seeing aggressive buyers step in? Are we seeing aggressive sellers step in? So in order to see that, usually it would probably be best suited to drop down into a little bit smaller time frame. I'm going to go to a 5-minute chart, and let's see if we can find an example of it testing a key level. And actually right now we're at today's developing value area low, and you can see the interest is certainly picked up. You can see the volumes expanded. If we look over to the left, let me just scroll over. Here would be the market traded down, and notice it took out the developing value area low for the day. And notice we saw some buyers step in. This bar closed higher, as evidenced by this little green bar here. It just shows that it closed higher, and we did see a little bit of an increase in volume. And so that's a nice trading opportunity right there. Okay, let's take another look here at another trade setup and how the footprint could be useful in terms of market profile strategy. What I have applied here, this line would be yesterday or the previous day's value area low, POC, and then up here you can't see it, it would be the value area high. Today's market opened, we opened right in here, And notice within the first 5 minutes the market drove out and took out the previous day's value area low. So that would be a key reference point. We'd want to be able to understand, are we seeing buyers begin to step in at these levels or not? Besides just the time that it spends below here, we want to be able to gauge, are we seeing increased volume below a key reference area, and are we seeing sellers or buyers present? Who's being more aggressive down at those levels? Well, if we were looking for a bounce, we'd like to see the aggressive buyers stepping in to try and catch this market, get in at a nice spot, and see the market rotate back up. Well, what do you see? Just note the color. You see aggressive selling below, and it really wasn't even able to come up and retest. Now the previous day's low was, I believe, right here, or just, let's see, I could scroll back. Yeah, so the previous day's low was right here, right in here. So you can see once it took out that, volume increased and the selling increased as well. Exactly the types of things you want to see in order to confirm a potential short. This is a perfect example of how the granularity that the footprint provides can complement a market profile strategy. Now while we're looking at this, if you don't maybe like the color, maybe you don't care about this delta, but you really do like to be able to see the volume distributions in whatever time frame you want. For instance, let's go to a 10-minute just for this example. I'll just make it a little bit longer time frame. And here was that move we were just looking at. Let's say you want to just see it in terms of the volume and not get rid of this color. So I'm going to double click. I'm going to change the style from a footprint to just a volume profile. Click OK. Basically what it does is it just takes and makes a volume distribution, and the color, the darkness of it, is associated with how much volume. So the darker it is, the more volume that took place, but that's pretty obvious here in terms of the actual distribution. So you may like this view over the footprint, and this is the footprint profile. Going back to this example, based on where you know the market opened and some of the opening strategies that are prevalent in terms of market profile methodologies and setups, just being able to see this information can really help confirm what's actually taking place and hopefully better position you to get in the market at opportune times. Okay, so now I want to go back and we'll look at a 30-minute footprint profile, and we'll look here. Now we can see a market profile. This is today, and I'm going to split this profile out. And to do so, one way is just hold the Shift key down and single left click, and that'll split the profile that your cursor's over. So now you can see, I want to look here down at these low prints down here, and you can see what it looks like on a 30-minute volume distribution, this is the footprint, to see what was actually taking place. So you can see you're able to step inside this price activity that occurred here to see what type of response are we seeing at these levels. You can also see that the volume really dried up on this bar, on this 30-minute bar. Then you look for some sort of confirmation, maybe on a shorter time frame. Again, I'll drop down to a 5-minute, and we'll go over to those lows, and here we are. So on a shorter time frame, this is at 5-minute, you can see that the buyers stepped in. How do I know that? I'm looking at the color initially, but I also can tell that this bar closed higher. I can see this high volume node. It was a little bit lower, but it wasn't, considering the fact that the market put in new lows and then closed at its highs, this is good. You can see then it really shifted in the next bar. Of course, I could go on and on with all sorts of different strategies, but it's really up to you on how you specifically apply the footprint to your trading. Everybody has a unique way of doing things. Our job is to provide you with the best tools for the job, and you owe it to yourself to use the best tools out there, and ones that provide you with the cleanest, most accurate portrayal of market activity. I sincerely hope the ideas presented in this video will allow you to begin making better use of the footprint chart and hopefully come up with some unique ideas of your own that allow you to make better use of the footprint and the market profile together. Thanks for taking time to watch this video, and make a great day.